Hello, it's me, Kayla R again with another video. We're gonna do another pop paint chat video, and today I'm going to work on painting my McMissile Funko Pop custom. And he has a lot of work done on him. And I started working on him back like March of 2016, and then took like a huge break on him. And now I'm finally like, I need to get him done, so I'm hoping this week's my March break, so I'm kind of hoping I can get him done. I'm also in the background working on Ponyboy, so I might do a little painting in this video on Ponyboy. But I might do a separate Ponyboy painting video. So basically I'm just gonna start painting the thing blue. So I bought this metallic paint called Blue Ice Pearl by Craftsmart. I picked this up at Michael's for $1.80. So I'm just shaking it, and I'm gonna kind of try it out a bit on cardboard. It looks pretty good. I feel like I'm gonna have to do a lot of coats of this color. So first I'm going to paint the windshield part with it, because that's actually just drying a little bit. I had to glue something back on, and it's just drying, so I don't want to paint yet. So I'm gonna wait till it like dries a little more. So I'm just gonna do this. But yeah, it's like a light blue color. And I thought, you know, for once maybe do metallic on a pop, because most pops I do is just either done in satin acrylic paints or matte paints. Yeah, this is gonna need a lot of layers because like purple's more darker than this blue color. And I've kind of noticed that with basically if there's like a darker color base, you're gonna do a lot more coats. Like I'm like at 5 coats on Ponyboy, so even it don't work. I have coats to do. It's really like usually blotchy the first time you do this. So I'm like kind of like, what the? Yeah, I think I'll just dab a bit. No. But yeah, I think we'll let that dry and then see what happens next. So yeah, I wanted to do McMissile as a pop because McMissile is weirdly one of my favorite fictional characters. And I thought he would be really cool as a Funko Pop. Like when I heard they were doing Cars Pops, I'm like, are they just doing the first Cars or both Cars? They only did the first Cars. And I recently heard they are doing Cars 3. So I haven't seen any concept art yet for Cars 3 Pops. But they're probably just going to be like the Cars 1 Pops. Like Lighten's probably going to be a little different because they gave him like more of a new design. So I'm actually just going to start painting him a little bit. It's going to be tricky on the vinyl parts. So I actually started this idea like in 2015. I bought Ramon in 2015. And I like started working on him during my March break last year. But I didn't get him like done for like a year. I was going to in the summertime, but I didn't. I was busy working on my Dallas Winston and Rita Malone pops. But yeah, I'm really excited to add like a metallic paint job on him. Looks like it sticks on better onto the clay part than the vinyl. try the back. So I do hope they do make Cars 2 Pops in the future. Yeah, I really like that movie. So I think he'd be really, and then McMissile would be pretty cool as a Funko Pop figure, so that's why I'm making a custom of him. Using it to paint. Oh, I'm not even showing the back of this part now. But yeah, I'm like technically painting all over the place right now. Also, like the Cars Pops are not cheap. I don't know, I don't have really much Cars Pops, and I'm not really like interested in collecting them. My friend got me Mater for Christmas, and then this used to be Ramon. Everyone thought I was just collecting Ramon, but no, I'm using this Ramon to make a Finn McMissile custom. Oh yeah, we're gonna need tons of paint for this. I probably am gonna go see Cars free in theaters. I was kind of, when I heard the synopsis before like the teaser came out, I was like, I don't know if I'll go see it. But after watching the teaser and the the trailers, I probably am gonna go see it because it looks interesting. So I mean, I was kind of disappointed for like Cars 3 synopsis. I'm like, oh, it's just Lightning McQueen back to that racing thing. Because I really was interested in the Spy World thing, and kind of was hoping Finn and Holly would make a return, because Finn and Holly are like my favorite Cars characters. Don't judge me, I like them. But yeah, just, if they do like a TV series, I'll probably watch it. What else just came out? Oh yeah, the Cloudy cartoon. Oh my gosh. I grew up with the Cloudy Chance Meatballs movies, and we have Cartoon Network in Canada, but it hasn't premiered yet. The Cloudy Chance Meatballs animated series, so I've been like trying to find episodes on YouTube, and it just recently premiered in the US. And it's just, like, I kind of wanted one for like a while now. And they're like, oh yeah, we were finally making one. And I'm like, I might sound a little confusing right now, but I was kind of like, when I first saw the preview, I'm like, what's this? But yeah, they say the show happens before the first movie. So a lot of people are like, then why is Sam in the cartoon? But I do like the idea that you were talking about, like, in one of the episodes, like, when they first met. Because it appears that Sam's family, like, they moved a lot, so she never got to have, like, long-distance friendships. And so Flint said if she ever had to move, he would create a memory eraser, and they would just, like, forgot about meeting each other. So it weirdly works for the first movie, and it'd just be like deja vu for the fans. But it's just, it sounds cool that they somehow got a good connection for it, other than having a main female character. How long have we been doing this? 10 minutes. Icky. Did I do the front yet? No. No. Yeah, we're probably gonna redo his mustache. It's okay. It's okay to screw up his mustache. It looks weird right now. Dab. Also about the Cloudy series, they made like a bunch of the characters be like teachers or they work at the high school. And I really like that they did the show based on Flint and Sam's high school years. But yeah, it sounds like a cool idea because I remember when I was younger, I always imagined if somehow in their childhood, if Flint and Sam ever met. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, there's something that there's like, according to like the fandom's wiki, that I think Flint and Sam are like a couple years apart from each other. I think like in the first movie, Flint's 28 and Sam's like 23. So yeah, there's an age difference. Getting this metallic paint in my hand. I don't know, made me sound. 13 minutes in to this video. But yeah, this painting's gonna take a long time to do. I gotta start dabbing. You guys get what I'm saying. I'm so used to seeing people dab in a day. My friend has a science teacher who has like this sign in his classroom that says no dabbing allowed. Oh yeah, I got the bottom part of this pot to paint. I'll probably just paint like a dark gray and be like, you're good. Let's work on the back, and then we'll take a break. Maybe I'll tell a story of what happened to me in production for a little story time later. Or maybe we can work on Pony Boy he's drying up a little more in the background. Just got hair on him, you know. Yeah, I get hair in a lot of places, so I don't tie my hair back and do this stuff. And I'm not wearing a hairband right now. That usually takes less hair off me. I mean, less hair gets on the ground. I find this a little bit awkward, this chat video. Another hair piece. Need to go. Ow. But yeah, I'm gonna let that dry for probably 10 minutes. But yeah, like, it's really metallic-y and shiny. That really works. And there's still parts I need to kind of perfect. So yeah, we're gonna take a break. So, Finn's actually taking a long time to dry because, well, I did a lot of dabbing to get the paint on, so while we wait for that to dry, I'll just randomly start working on Pony Boy's face again. This is like, I think this is going on to be his 6th layer of flesh on him, but he's turning out pretty good. So while I paint little Pony Boy, I guess I will talk about that production story that I thought maybe I should talk about in this video. So, I like to call this story The Night the Barricade Tipped. So what happened was, this was our first evening show. And this was also like our second show of the day, so a lot of people were tired from doing the show in the morning. Because Les Mis is a pretty hardcore show. So in Les Mis there is a barricade involved. And it's made out of doors and windows and stuff. So the barricade that was made for our musical was, I wouldn't say it was the best barricade. It was quite unstable. I don't really have like a picture of the full barricade. I only have like half of the barricade. It was actually my half of the barricade. If you didn't know, I played Sentry Number 1 in my school production of Les Mis. So basically in most of the barricade scenes, except the night, I was on the barricade. I was standing on the barricade. But yeah, that barricade was like weirdly unstable. Like, they had to get people from like stage crew from behind to like hold it during the scenes. Like, basically our side had to be like hold. But then there's that scene where Gavroche goes onto the other side, and in our musical version, we turn the barricade around, and you know, you have Gavroche on the other side. So what happened was, so it's a little tricky to do it on the other side because you have really less, well, like I said, the stage crew hold that side, so they have to hold the other side. And of course there's like probably like about 12 of us on that barricade. Yeah, 12. 12 or 13. Just like, there's a lot of us. Yeah. 12. So the barricade was, so most of the students were, well, technically standing on parts of the barricade. So the guy who played Grunter, he was like, oh, you know, Gavroche's gonna die, so you kind of have to like kind of freak out, and you want to try to like go get him from that side, but you know, the squad's like, no, don't. So basically he was moving around really spastically, and of course a bunch of people, you know, they kind of hold him down like, no, go onto your no. And of course we're all like kneeling down when basically when a bullet is shot. So we're like, oh no, we can't get shot, and then it's like, oh, Gravash got shot, that's not good. So, but yeah, like in I think the first time like a shot noise, like, got the metallic paint on his hair. But when the shot like first happened, basically our barricade tipped due to the movement. There we go. Is that a piece of clay? Probably. Ugh. It's okay, I guess. No, just a little piece of clay just was stuck on the neck and it broke off. No, back. But yeah, back again on the story about the barricade. So it went where I was technically standing, it went over like that. And most of the barricade was just slipped onto the ground. And everyone was like screaming. Everyone was like screaming. I even screamed. So yeah, most of it was down, and we all had to like pull it and push it back up. So that was kind of just weird. And I mean, at least the people that were on like that other side, like we had some dead bodies, and Garage didn't get hurt, so that was good. But yeah, it was quite scary, and just like no one was holding the barricade super well, and there was like all of us were technically on that barricade, so it was like an unstable barricade, and it was on wheels, and it was a crappy barricade. Like, it kept getting like teared apart, like pieces would come off like each night, and I'm just like, you need to repair this. Like, because like I said before, I spent a lot of time on that barricade, so I'm like, you need to get that fixed to make sure it works, so no one gets hurt. Well, I might have got hurt on the barricade. Well, a lot of us did get hurt from being on the barricade, but it was just from a certain scene known as the final battle. In that scene, we technically all die. And most of us have rifles with us. So I have a rifle because I'm sentry number 1. They're like, you get a rifle? I'm like, cool. So I'm like the second to die. I get shot. Kufarak dies first and then I died, and I'm like, who else dies? I don't know. But yeah, it's a really cool scene how we did it, but we were always like, don't go crazy doing that scene. And then we'd be like, we'll try not to. Like, our adrenaline would really pump when we do that scene, because we're like, we all know we're gonna die, we're like, well, better go extreme. Better make it a bang. So yeah, I have a rifle, and they told us, please die with holding your rifle. And which I did. I died holding my rifle, but the guy played Kumba Fair, who's super nice, he was right by me, and he would be like, no, Kayla. And I'd be like, actually I'd said this a couple times to him, but my mic was off. I would be like, Ralph Macchio and the Outsiders, I'd be all like, stay gold, and then, dead. Yeah, I'd be holding my rifle, but then he'll snatch it away from me, and then he's like, better use this rifle. But he died from the explosion. So there's like this pic I saw on my Yearbook editing site, and I swear I did. And the guy who played Cooper is holding my rifle. I'm like, I will always live with Cooper holding my rifle when I died. But yeah, back again. So I'm dead. And while I'm dead, someone throws a rifle in the air and I get whacked in the thigh. Now the rifles were made out of wood and pipe. And it hurt, basically. So I wanted like to scream, but I'm like, oh wait, I'm dead, I can't really scream. So I had to like suck it in for like a minute. Like after I heard like the red and black instrumental play, I'm like, I'm out of here, my thigh freaking hurts. So I kind of went, who did it was the guy who played Enjolras, because the Enjolras, so yeah. So I knew he had like a rifle with him in the final battle, and usually like in the musical, Enjolras is like, you know, he's shooting, and then later he just prints the rifle away and then starts waving the flag. So yeah, like I knew he had a rifle like right where I was. So he like, I think he grabbed the rifle before the final battle started, and he starts shooting, and of course I die. So yeah, like I said, there's that part where he just quits using his rifle, and he gets the flag out, and you know, he starts waving it, and then he dies. So yeah, he like probably threw the rifle, like he's like, doesn't care where the rifle goes. He's just like, well, I'm supposed to die, so I'm gonna throw it somewhere. So he throws it in mid-air to grab the flag, and then, you know, he starts waving the flag, and then usually in the musical, he, you know, when he dies, he goes onto the other side of the barricade, but in this one, like, because our barricade looked like crap, and we didn't have, like, a really good great side for him, because if he went that side, he would probably break his neck. So he's just, like, half the body is just, like, there with the flag, kind of thing. So, but yeah, usually in the musical, it's like the other side, and there's that scene where they turn the barricade around. We didn't do it in ours, because like I said before, barricade looked like crap. Barricade was unstable piece of crap. It was pretty cool at first, but then became crap. But yeah, my thigh. So what happened earlier that day, the other sentry, I actually made a pop of her. In fact, you can check it out. So she got hit in the head with a rifle, and I think she went on that it was Enjolras who did it too. And the guy who played Enjolras, like, he's a really good actor, and he gets really into character really well. And of course, we were always warned to not be super pumped up. Like, we really got into character. So she got hit in the head, which was, so it appears Enjolras actually dies after her. I think in ours, Enjolras is like one of the last, I think it's like Enjolras and then Grantier. It's like mentioned in the musical that Grantier like dies last. He just like comes up, like touches the flag, and then bang, he's dead. Kind of thing. Yeah, that's actually looking pretty good. Oh, excuse me. A little Cassie tonight. But yeah, that metallic looks starting to look pretty cool on him. So yeah, we were always warned to be careful when we do, you know, adrenaline pump stuff. That was the time with our barricade. Like, we gotta be careful when we do final battle, and honestly, final battle is like such a hardcore thing to do. because like everyone dies and it's super emotional and it's crazy. But yeah, what happened to me was the rifle incident. So yeah, the rifle just was on my thigh until I had to go off stage. And then I got a big bruise on the thigh. So that night it was like super hard to walk. And the thing was that I had to do the wedding next. And they were like, oh, sorry, I keep getting interrupted, but yeah, I got like this big bruise on my thigh from the rifle hitting me. And I had to do the wedding later. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna... Okay. But yeah, like, Mary's and Cassette, they get married, and they have a wedding. And of course, there's such a lack of guys in production, and we're practically all dead. We gotta do the wedding. But there was, like, some exceptions, like, some of them didn't need to do the beggars at the feast, some of the students, if they, like, aren't big dancers. But some of them had to do it. They were like, you gotta do it. And of course, the girl and I play the centuries. We had to do it. They're like, no one cares about your death. And I'm like, mm-hmm. But yeah, we're not even in like empty chairs at empty tables. Like, I died and I'm not even in that number. I just sit backstage. Well, actually, I like using that time. It gives me time to get ready for the wedding. I have like more time to do mic stuff, even though my mic is given to like one of the turning girls. Whoops. So I just spend time backstage, just not doing much. We're gonna have so many layers on this. I think we'll do like a couple more minutes of this and then we'll do like footage of something else later. But yeah, like it hurt to dance and I had to do a waltz, and then there was that Beggars at the Feast dance, which contains a lot of like moving. So it was a painful rest of the night. Oh yeah, I just weirdly want to talk about the finale, like the epilogue. Like all of us students, like alive or dead or named or unnamed in the centuries, who were like on this platform, and it made me feel special. It's like, I feel special. Oh yeah, is that the clay piece that came off? Oh yeah, pretty boy. Her nerves. So I remember like the next day, like I gained this big bruise and it was like blue and green and purple. And I had that bruise on my leg for like my thigh, more specific, for about, and yeah, it hurt like the rest of the week. Cause I do a lot of, cause I'm on stage a lot in the second act and I'm involved quite a lot, and of course me playing one of the guys, I do a lot of guy stuff in that, so I led to moving. And oh yeah, the paint's now starting to come off towards the wheels. But yeah, this paint's like all over the place. But so it looks pretty cool with the clay, but the vinyl's gonna be tricky. Hard to do. Am I? Oh yeah, I think someone told him to be careful, like told the Andros guy to be careful where he threw his rifle in the show because the other sentry almost got a concussion. So it's like, you gotta be safe when you use your rifle. But yeah, for any future entourage, don't throw rifles at the sentries when you die. Well, when you're starting to. Because that hurts. Because they will hurt. I think I'm just gonna let this pop dry and then we'll do something else later with painting. Here's what it would start to look like when it's finished. Quite shiny. Why not paint that quickly? Paint the second coat. There we go.